Hi everyone, it's Fitz with your Postgame Talk. I had a conversation with Drome Tang after Kansas State's 75-70 victory over Kansas, 4th ranked Kansas, right on this court. The man doesn't appreciate my need to go to bed early. K-State goes to overtime for the 11th stinking time under Drome Tang and wins for the 11th stinking time. It's absolutely incredible. Correct me if I'm wrong, didn't last year's K-State game go to overtime and K-State won? It's a remarkable streak, and it was a remarkable performance from a team that seemed to be dead in the water. I didn't think they'd win this game. I don't know who did, but in this series, things get a little crazy. And Kansas State was incredibly focused from the start. They started fast, they played through when they had some bad stretches, including starting the second half. Fell behind by 11 early in the second half, and they answered with an 11-0 run. Those are things that Kansas State hasn't been doing in their last 4 games or so since they've lost 4 in a row. They out-rebounded KU 43-33. They made Dickinson, the big guy, work for everything he got. And he got points and he got rebounds, but it took a lot. This K-State team just hit the reset button in a very dramatic way. I mean, it was unbelievable to find a way to win this. Drome Tang said something really interesting after the game about they hadn't connected their heart to their play. They hadn't fully invested. And he feels like they finally did it. And I would agree. But let's be blunt. As K-State fans celebrate this win, and it's, always great, for fans when the team beats KU. I'm still troubled by that the team we saw out here, the focus, the effort, the attention to detail hadn't been present in the last 4 games. Just hadn't been present. And it's in there, and they can play this way. But let's talk about the conundrum, maneuver, of K-State basketball right now, and it's Tylor Perry. How can a guy be that bad at times and absolutely spectacular, unbelievably good at other times? He had 5 points at halftime. Played better in the second half, got his 3-point shooting going, and I got a theory on that. But K-State scored 11 points in overtime, and he had 8 of them, including an absolute circus spin the ball off the backboard as he's falling. I can't explain it. And I have no idea how it went in, but it did. Got to the free throw line, got it done. K-State, after this point, I'm going to accept why Drome Tang leaves him on the court, even when he's doing really bad things in the first half of games. Because of that, because what he does. He took a horrible shot at the end of regulation, but then he redeemed himself. He always redeems himself and shows why he was such a great player at North Texas and through his struggles coming to K-State. That it's still in there. And it was in there today. He was 4-10 from 3-point range, which is acceptable. But the difference was some of those, at least 2 of the threes, if not more, were him catching and shooting, not dribbling and shooting. He was coming across the lane, popping out to 3-point range, catching, turning, shooting. And that's what he did at North Texas, off of, being off the ball, not carrying the ball as a point guard, not having it in his hands all the time as a point guard. Dede Ames started this game again, and I would like, I'm not fully ready to trust him as a point guard. I would like K-State to kind of turn the ball over to him a little bit more in half-court sets and run some design stuff for Tylor Perry to get open and, try to create more of those comfortable shooting opportunities for him. But for all K-State went through over the last couple of weeks of going 0-4, folks are back to 5-5 in this conference. And I think we all recognize that this win really redefines the entire trajectory of the season and the resume K-State offers the selection committee later in the season. KU was 4th ranked, and KU leaves with a loss again. And a big part of that is the tenacity this team showed, the way they rebounded. They still turn the ball over too much. They still, at times, don't value the ball well enough, and they get lost in possessions and just don't get things done. But they found a way to dig this one out. They found a way to get this done. And now they get some extra days off. The benefits of Big Monday show up. They had that quick turnaround after losing at Oklahoma State to come home and win. Now they get a couple extra days. They do go to BYU on Saturday at 9 p.m. Central game, so that's a whole nother thing in this conference you got to worry about. The Cats are back. Will they sustain it? Well, if they show that kind of heart and effort the rest of the way, they're going to win a lot of games. And if they don't, well, we saw the result of that in the last couple of weeks. That's it for this sit down and talk. 75-70, overtime, K-State wins. I don't know. It's hard to make me search for words, and here I am. I'll have more thoughts from daily deliveries this week. I already got mine recorded for the morning since this was a late game, but we'll break this down as the week progresses. Big win for the Cats. Congratulations to all the fans. And before we shut it down, students, next level, unbelievable. Will McNair, first year here, said that's got to be the best student section in the country. They were possessed by demons the entire game. Good demons. Good demons, and they were rewarded.